Hey guys, Cyber Exploit here, back again with another Python video. It's been a while that I posted a new video, guys. I'm sorry for that. So in today's video, we're gonna be looking at the else if statement, in which in the previous video we've seen how we can implement the if statement, the if else statement. Okay, so now we'll be looking at the else if statement. So follow me up, guys, in order to learn more about Python. Python else if statement. So far we have presented a Boolean option for conditional statements, with each if statement evaluating to either true or false. In many cases, we'll want a program that evaluates more than two possible outcomes. So that is to say, if we want to print like a certain condition that is neither in if statement or else statement, so therefore we're going to use the elif function. Okay, so what this is trying to say is that, for example, if the grade is equal to 70 and the first condition there says if grade is greater than or equal to 70, it should print passing grade, else it should print failing grade. Okay, all of that are in regards to the previous video respectively. So now we're going to be looking at the elif function here using the previous example. Okay, so let's quickly move into our Python IDE. Okay, so now we'll declare the variable called grade and we'll assign a value to it, which is 70. Okay, so let's test the first condition. We'll say if grade is greater than equal to 70. I should always remember our column there, and we should make sure we indent the next line. So if grade is greater than or equal to 70, print passing grade. Okay, yes. So if we don't want this condition to be executed, that's where the elif function comes in. Okay, the elif statement will say elif grade is equal to elif grade is equal to let's say 65. Okay, column, sorry for that, I'll indent it. We'll make sure we press the tab key, which will automatically assign 5 spaces. Okay, so we should print averagely good performance. Okay, so after this condition, we're gonna put our else statement. Okay, print none of this is true. Okay, so let's save it and run it and see what it will give us. Okay, looks like we have an error. Okay, yes, sure guys, in the elif function, in the elif statement, grade will say is equal to 65. So it's not going to be equal to 65, rather it's going to be equivalent to 65, which is the double equal sign. Okay, so let's save it and run the code. Awesome, it prints passing grade. Okay, but that is not what we are testing. We want to test the elif statement. Okay, so let's reduce our grade to be 65 now. Okay, let's save it and run it. It said averagely good performance, so that's where the Elif function is being executed. It is executed since the first if statement is false. Okay, grade is greater than or equal to 70, and initially in our variable our grade is set to be 65, so therefore it's going to print averagely good performance. So what if we want the else statement to be executed? That's where we'll neither put we'll assign the grade function to be, let's say, below 65, let's say 55, or since we can test, you see, that's what it shows. None of this is true. Okay, so the else statement is being executed. Okay, it says none of this is true. Okay, none of the statements above the else statements are true. So that is that for the Elif function or the Elif statement. Okay, so next we're going to be looking at the nested if statement. Have you heard of nested if statement before? Yes, these are if statements under if statement, as many as possible. Okay, you can have as many as possible if statements under an if statement. Okay, this can be written like this. Okay, yes, so these are the examples of the nested if statements. Okay, as you can see, we have two if statements under the primary if statement. Okay, the first if statement stated that if grade is greater than or equal to 75, it should print excellent performance. Okay, so we'll now state another condition under this certain if statement. Okay, we'll say if grade is less than or equal to 35, it should print poor performance. Okay, So we then later on state another condition under the previous if statement, which are all under the primary if statement. Okay, so we say the if grade is equivalent to 50, it should print averagely performed. Okay, else it should execute print you do not participate. Okay, so now let's assign our grade. Okay, we will now test for the first if condition, okay, which says that if grade is greater than or equal to 75, it should print excellent performance. So let's assign a value that is equivalent to 75 or above. Okay, let's say 80 now. Let's save the code and run it. We are testing for the if statement, the first if statement. Okay, it prints excellent performance. Okay, so that's it. Okay, let me still run the code. You can see it's showing some errors there. Okay, it prints excellent performance. All right, so that is that for the if condition, the first if condition. So now let's test the second if condition, which is being nested into the first if. Okay, so which stated that if grade is less than or equal to 35, it should print poor performance. Okay, so let's assign our grade to be 35. Okay, save the code and run it. Well, here it's saying that you do not participate. Okay, and that is not what we want. Okay, it's supposed to execute the second if statement, which states if grade is less than or equal to 35. Okay, let's assign a value of 25. Save the code and run it. Well, we don't know what's happening here. Oh, I think this is how it should be written. Okay, so let's assign the value of grade. Since we have tested the first if statement, okay, we're going to test the second if statement, which states if grade is less than 35. Okay, let's say grade to be 20. Save the code and run it. Awesome, it prints poor performance, we did not participate. Okay, so in this code it executes both the second if statement and the else statement. Okay, so that is that for the nested if. Okay, so let's quickly do something right now. Sorry for that, and let me just do it straightforward. So now we'll be looking at the Python comment, how to comment using Python. Okay, comments are just a general documentation of your code. Okay, so if you want to like explain what every line does in your Python code, that is where the use of Python comments comes in. Okay, you can use the hashtag. Okay, you can use the hashtag in order to comment a particular Python code that is using a single line comment. Okay, you can do that by this is a single line comment. Okay, let's save the code. Let's run it. Okay, so it does not display anything because we are commenting, so therefore the Python interpreter does not execute any line which is being assigned to be a comment. Okay, we have three types of comments. We have the single line comment, and we also have the next multi-line comment. Okay, the multi-line comment can be used using the three invitation commands. Okay, like this 1 2 3. This sorry for that, let me capitalize the first alphabet there. This is a multi-line comment. Okay, You should also remember that you have to close the invitation commas like that. Okay, so let's save the code, let's run it. Awesome. It is not going to display anything because you are telling the Python console that it should ignore this line. Okay, it can be as plenty text as it should be, like this. What do you think about cyber exploit? Okay, so it's not going to display anything. We can also include this in our code, whereby we just print welcome to cyber exploits. Okay, so let's save the code and run it. Okay, so here it display welcome to cyber exploit. Okay, so let's document this single line of Python code. Okay, you can comment it here, where we'll type our hashtag. Let's see, welcome note, like this. Okay, so let's run the code. Awesome, it display welcome to cyber exploit. It didn't display this welcome note because that is a comment. Okay, so that is that for the video, guys. If you find the video of interesting, you can make sure you like and comment down below. If you also need any assistance in terms of Python for Android, you can leave a comment in the comment section down below. So if you are new here, you haven't subscribed to my channel, you make sure you do that. Make sure you always like my videos, and if you have any suggestion or question to ask, you can drop it down in the comment section below. Peace.